Hey, what's up, guys? Spencer Rhodes here. So, in The Walking Dead, out of all of the Kingdom characters, the characters that originated from the Kingdom, like Ezekiel, Jerry, Richard, Deanne, Alvaro, Daniel, a lot of them have died. Ben died, and Richard and Ben died in season 7, and then in season 8, Alvaro, Daniel, a lot of Ezekiel's soldiers died. Shiva died. So there's not really a whole lot of Kingdom characters left that are like major Kingdom characters. There's Ezekiel, there's Jerry, there's Deanne, there's Jerry's girlfriend. I think her name is Nabila or something. And then there's Henry, Ben's brother. So besides that, a lot of the Kingdom characters that we met in season 7 that were at the Kingdom community, they all died. There's really just the background extras, and that's about it. And with Ezekiel, I have a feeling he will die this season in season 9. He's not going to make it to season 10. He has this comic death, and I think it will happen in season 9. Some people think that they'll change things up and have Ezekiel survive that, but I don't think so. I think Ezekiel is going to get his comic death, and he will die in the season 9 finale or sooner. So that sort of just begs the question of, which Kingdom characters are going to die next? How long will they live? Because I think it's realistic to have, a few characters survive 5-6 seasons, even if they're not very important. Just have characters live a long time, and then eventually you can give them a bigger role or a bigger part and have them die a meaningful death. Because I know it's The Walking Dead, but you can't just have everyone die all the time. There's got to be characters from Hilltop that live a long time, characters from the Kingdom that live a long time. You got to have a couple of familiar faces in each community, since The Walking Dead has really gotten bigger and there's all these communities of characters. You really have to have a few familiar faces from each community for many seasons, unless you just wipe out that whole community, sort of like they did with the Sanctuary. But I don't think they're going to do with the Kingdom what they did with the Sanctuary. I think there's going to be a few Kingdom characters that live a long time. Now with Deanne, I was surprised she lived through season 8. I kind of figured she would die in season 8, and then when she got through like the first half of the season, and she was kind of like Maggie's assistant, and there was that big episode 4, about Ezekiel losing like all of his people except for Jerry and Carol. Like 50 of his people died, and then Deanne was just kind of chilling out with Maggie, just kind of hiding behind her. Like, I was like, oh, I don't think Deanne's gonna die this season. And I liked her. I thought she was a badass character. She's cool. She has a cool head on her shoulder. She keeps to herself. She's really badass with that bow and arrow. She just seems like a really cool character. And that's one of the reasons why I thought she would die in season 8, because the characters I like tend to die. Morgan is kind of still alive. I don't even know, and that's about it. Usually the ones I like end up dying. So with Deanne, I was surprised that she lived through season 8. And so far, she's still alive in season 9, and there's 10 episodes left. And I think she's going to make it to season 10, because there's going to be the heads on the spikes. And yeah, you could argue that she could be one of them, but I feel like Ezekiel is enough. I mean, you gotta let the other Kingdom characters like Henry, Jerry, and Deanne live to season 10, because you just have to have those familiar faces from the community. And you also need to save some deaths for season 10, because there's going to be deaths in season 10. Season 10 is going to be 16 episodes too. Season 10 is going to have deaths too. You gotta save some characters for season 10. Deanne could die in season 10. I'd say that's more likely, because season 10 is going to have the Whisperer War. Season 9 is going to have the border, all those deaths. Season 10 is going to be like the Retaliation, which from the comics is the Whisperer War. It's this big war between the Whisperers and pretty much everyone else. Although the Whisperers use walkers to help them, like a gigantic ass army of walkers. So it's kind of an even fight, kind of an even war. And I think DIANNE could die there, Cal could die there, like other minor characters. Father Gabriel dies, he dies there in the comics, but I don't know. I have they might do something different with his character. They've been doing a lot of different things with Gabriel than the comics, so they might not give him his comic death. But you know, DIANNE could survive the Whisperer War, or she could survive. She could survive all the way up to season 11. Maybe she could die in season 11. You know, you have to think every season of The Walking Dead is going to have at least a handful of character deaths. So maybe DIANNE dies in season 11. So I'm thinking that DIANNE will die in either season 10 or season 11. She might die in the Whisperer War, or she might make it all the way to the Commonwealth and eventually get killed there. But as far as season 9 and the heads on spikes and everything, I think she'll live through that. I think, you know, one major Kingdom character is enough, considering how season 8 just wiped out a shitload of the Kingdom residents. So I think, you know, DIANNE will be upset by seeing Ezekiel's head on a spike, and she'll want to avenge his death, and she'll be a part of the Whisperer War. You know, whether she'll die there, I don't know. I might have a better prediction on which seasons she will die in when season 9 ends. You know, maybe when she gets a few more scenes, a little more character development, I'll have a better idea of where her character is going. But right now, I think she will either die in season 10 or season 11. As for season 9, she will survive. Now, I like her character. If she makes it to like season 20, I'm good with that. It's always a good strategy to just like be quiet and hide behind the main characters. T-Dog did it, Tobin did it, hell, Tara's doing it right now. It works, you know, not being important, not having a lot of lines. It keeps you alive. Cal's doing it. I mean, you know, Scott does it. That's how you stay alive as a recurring character. You don't talk very much. And, you know, if she makes it to season 20 or whatever the fuck, season 30, I'm cool with that. She's a cool character. So, you know, I hope they keep her around, but I suspect she will die in either season 10 or season 11. All right, well, that's all I got for this video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. When do you think she will die? Which season? Where do you think they're taking her character? Just let me know what you guys think, and don't be shy. Hit that like and subscribe. I'm not going anywhere. I make 1 to 2 Walking Dead videos per day, so please hit that subscribe button. Anyway, with all that said, I am Spencer Rhodes, and I will see you guys later. Bye!